go ahead and open a new Colab notebook. Title this one Conditionals with if and else statements. And the idea here is that you can really expand the leverage of your programs by breaking them down into different branches. So for instance, maybe we want to check on the voting age of someone, and the program's going to do one thing if the person is of voting age and something else if they're not. Okay, so we have some variable called age. The age could be 18, the age could be 17. And we want to just do different things depending on the age. Okay, and so the way you do that is you use what's called an if statement. Okay, this provides a condition on your program. And so you're checking if what? Well, in this case, it would be if age is greater than or equal to 18. Okay, so after an if statement, and what follows the keyword if should evaluate to a Boolean. So it should evaluate to true or false. Okay, and then you put a colon, and you, like you usually do in Python, press return. And now you have blocks of code that only are going to run if the specific condition is met. So for instance, you could print congratulations, and maybe another statement, right? You could have as much code as you want here. You are voting age. We'll keep it simple. Okay, and so that's only going to run in that particular case. Okay, and so the idea here is that if you follow the code, so we have this if clause, and then we have an evaluation here. Okay, so if true, these next two lines of code will run. Okay, otherwise they simply won't. Okay, and so let's go ahead and run this code to see what will happen, and you can think about what may happen here. Okay, so press Shift Enter. It's sort of interesting because we have age listed twice. We have an age set equal to 18 and an age set equal to 17, and you can see nothing happens. And the reason why is because when you redefine age, it's set to 17, not 18. But now let's comment this one out, okay? And so now when we run the code, age is going to be 18, and our if statement will evaluate to true. So now when you press Shift Enter, you get the blocks of code run. Congratulations, you are of voting age. Okay. Now, something that's nice that goes with an if statement is called an else statement. Okay. And so an else statement basically means all other cases. Okay. So this is going to say, you know what? If this is true, we're going to do that, and then we're done. Otherwise, we're going to do what's after the else statement. Okay, and so in this case, we could print something like, you can't vote yet, can't vote quite yet. Okay, so now something's going to be printed out in either case. Okay, and so now if we run this code, we get the you can't vote quite yet because now age is set to 17. Whereas if you comment that out, okay, you can see that only the congratulations you are voting age runs. You do not get the other line here, which is you can't vote quite yet. Okay, so that's sort of how if-else statements work. They really allow for a lot of branching. Okay, let's go in a step further. We're going to copy this code in. I'm going to keep it up there, and we're going to add an additional criterion, okay? So we're going to do a nested if statement here, okay? So how would that work? Well, as long as the coding blocks are aligned, the indentation, it's inside of this if statement. But we could do something else here. We could check, well, what if the age is less than, say, 20? Okay, sorry, if age less than 20. Okay, well, maybe we want to add another statement here. We want to print something like, hey, let me go over how voting works. Because, the idea here is that the person is a new voter and, code could come after this. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're adding a special criterion that's only going to run if what? Well, Let's go ahead and first of all uncomment that the person is 17, right? You can see 17 fits that they're less than 20, okay? So think about what is going to come out here, okay? So then I'll go ahead and run the code. And it still says you can't quite vote yet. Why doesn't it show this? Well, the reason why is because you're not inside of this coding block. So this coding block is only if you're greater than or equal to 18. And so this additional line will only run presumably if the person is 18 or 19. And so now if you comment out age 17, you can say, congratulations, you're a voting age. Let me go over how voting works. Great. Whereas if we give another age, say the person is 21, perhaps they should probably still know how voting works, okay? But it doesn't run that line of code, okay? You know, maybe we want to do a little modification there, okay? Okay, so this is really cool because it allows you to sort of get inside of code. It allows you to branch your programs, and you can really do a lot more using the if and the if else statements.